Hey, good morning, guys. It's July 1st, and today we're going to talk about a few gardening mistakes that we've made already this season, and hopefully, this information can help you not make those same mistakes. So, stay tuned. All right. So, we're going to talk about the mistakes that we've made and take you through what all of those are. And we're going to start with our pickling cucumbers and our beans that we have on the other side of this trellis. So, mistake number one, this should have been flip-flopped. The pickling cucumbers would have done a lot better job on the other side of the fence to climb up the trellis so that the weight was kind of just leaning on it instead of hanging from it, which is the way we have it now. So we're trying to correct that problem. We'll see how it goes. With the beans, doesn't really much matter. As soon as they grab on, start twirling up, they could be under, over, wherever they want. They'll make it up there, no problem. But it's going to be the weight of these cucumbers that are going to be a challenge here. So next year, don't make that mistake. If you're doing a trellis and you're doing an arch trellis like this, make sure they go on the outside. Second mistake, read your packs that you get from your gardening outlet or gardening center if you're doing it that way. I misread these and thought these were pole beans, and they are not. They're a bush bean, which means they are not going to climb this, and they're going to probably stay just a little bit bigger than that. And I realized that a couple weeks ago, and I was like, oh man, huge mistake. But we'll deal with it, and we've already gotten like 30, 40, 50 beans off of these already. So hopefully those keep producing, and we'll just supplement by these other beans climbing this trellis all the way over. All right, that is mistake number two. Now mistake number three, which could be big. I don't know. It's up to you guys, but I count it as a mistake. We planted pumpkins way too early. It is July 1st, and these pumpkins are already huge. I've already seen a couple female flowers on these plants, and I have seen one or two pumpkins begin to start. So that means I'm probably not going to let these things grow for 3 months. Yeah, so we'll see. They are a larger breed of pumpkins, so we'll play it by ear, but still, I'm telling you right now, started too early. John just dumped a bunch of seeds over on the other side of the property over here, and we're going to see how those goes, because I know last year we planted really late in July with the pumpkins that we had, and they actually did fairly well, except for they died of infection, and we only got like 3 or 4 pumpkins out of it. But that is mistake number 3. Semi-mistake number 4, we'll talk about the cantaloupe. I originally had the cantaloupe on the ground crawling, should have done a trellis. Now, like I mentioned in a couple other videos, when these things start to fruit out, we're going to have to get some pantyhose and stuff to support it to these trellis. But I'd rather have these cantaloupes growing on trellis as opposed to growing on the ground. I think there's less chance for mold, less chance for misshapen cantaloupes, but that's a semi-mistake, number 4. All right, biggest mistake that a lot of people make, and I still make every single year, even though I say I'm not going to, but I do. It is not staking up or not caging your tomatoes soon enough. So if you try and get a cage over something that's already been like this, good luck. So you might as well just go to stake at that point. That is a huge mistake that we make, and it's pretty unforgivable because of the fact that it's common sense. Like, get in there, stake them up, and do that right ahead of time, so you don't have to do it later on in the season. And then the other one is start tying them up too as well. Get them to bend to your will earlier than later. Tomato plants, if you don't support them properly, will just get that L shape to them, or they'll lay on the ground and split out. So you want to prevent that from happening by having good stakes in the ground, good support, and either tying them up with some kind of elastic thread, or using a what we use, I think showed in one of the other videos, is we've got this cushioned wire. and it's pretty slick. You can get it anywhere pretty much. Order on Amazon, and it just bends. It's got rubber around it with a little thin wire inside of it, so it really helps the plants. Like this one right here, we didn't stake up till later, and you already see it kind of went to the right and then came back in. Well, we're pulling it back in towards the stake now, so that should be correcting that behavior fairly quickly. Let me see, last mistake, what is it, number 6? Number 6. When you're experimenting, go all in, right? I was experimenting with some beets, you know, only put like 4 in. Experimented with some radishes, only put like 6 or 8 in, you know, and I should have done a whole row. Should have done a whole row of radishes, because I didn't realize that they would be done already. Like, it is already, like I said, July 1st, and these radishes are done. I've pulled all of them. They're excellent size, really good, but now they're done. And same with these beets. I pulled 2 beets yesterday, and I've only got like 1, 2, 3. I only got like 4 left, and that's kind of a bummer, because I should have planted a lot more of them, because we pickled those beets that we got. We roasted them in the Instant Pot. Not roast them, put them in the Instant Pot, cooked them, and then we put them in a pickling solution. So those should be really good. I'll show you guys those at some point later on this year. But yeah, that's our number 5 or 6 mistakes that we made this year, and hopefully we do better next time, and hope that helped. Have a good one, guys.